What's going on, y'all? This your boy Ghetto Diddy. And yeah, I want to talk about how the Longshormens went on strike for these last 3 days over there on the East Coast and some parts of the down south. Yeah, man. Honestly, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Why they wanted a hike in their pay grade. You know what I'm saying? And especially in their contracts because for one, they were saying that their contracts was over on October 1st, so they was confused about, you know what I'm saying, how they was going to get their next paycheck, you know what I'm saying, due to their contracts expiring and everything. But another thing that I focus on is that what they was talking about is they're going against the automation of the type of work that they're doing. They have big type of cranes that's running through automation doing their job for them. So eventually the more of those type of machines that they come out with is going to end up having them they're not going to have work. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the machines to do the work for them. But recently, since on the third, they stopped the strike due to them coming to some type of agreement. But the agreement only lasts till January 15th, so they gotta basically figure it out after that, or negotiate a new contract after that. And honestly, I feel like they only came with a quick agreement. You know what I'm saying? Just to shut the workers up. You know what I'm saying? Because the president election is coming up next month. So I honestly felt like by the longshoremen going on strike about their work and the type of job that they have, the longshoremen, it would have made a negative impact on Kamala Harris running for presidency again. You know, so I felt like they just did what they had to do to shut them up so they can get back to work, which was today. They went back to work on today, which is the fourth, on Friday. But yeah, man, you just gotta pay attention to what's going on in the country. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on right now. But another thing I wanted to talk about was a lot of the people on the East Coast and down South, when they heard of the workers not going to be working and going on strike and everything, they went panic shopping. And a lot of people have negative comments to say about that. But at the end of the day, I don't look at them people negatively. You know what I'm saying? Because people got families, people got babies to think about. So if it's like another episode of what was going on around COVID time when people was panic shopping, that's understandable. It's like first come, first serve. You know, when it's times like this and resources and goods is short, it's pretty much survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to get what they have to get. They have to do what they have to do by any means. You know what I'm saying? So you it's just hard, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, especially when stuff like this happens. So for all the people that's looking down on them and saying why are they panic shopping, it makes all the sense in the world. Survival of the fittest. Yeah, it could get frustrating because looking at somebody with fucking 10 cases of water and their whole car is full of tissue when you probably only got one or one case of water, that can get frustrating. That's why like times like this is survival of the fittest. And this is just another warning to all Americans all around America. Don't get too comfortable watching social media and paying attention to all this foolery. Start watching the news and, what I'm saying, different outlets to educate yourself and to see what's going on in the world. Because when you over here focusing on social media and reality TV and all that, stuff like this is going on, and you could have got the first wind of it and made your panic shopping successful. But by you paying attention at the last minute, you run to the stores, nothing on the shelves. See, when it's times like this, the end times, you got to be the first on the move. The early bird gets the worm, and that old saying is really true and it's valid because times like this, you got to be the first one there to get it. Depending on how your finances is and what can you afford, that's pretty much on you too at the same time because people will still go to jail for stealing. So I don't advise you to go in there and steal, but when the end of the world starts kicking off, even that's going to be a big factor in the panic shopping. People ain't finna just get that stuff and get in line. People gonna be stealing stuff. People gonna be hurting each other just to get what they need and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is just a warning for people with what's to come. You know, I'm on the West Coast, so the strike didn't take place out here because the longshoremen's out here is through a whole nother different association, through a whole different company or whatever different union. But the Longshoremen Association on the East Coast has a whole different union, and they go by different contracts. So that's why the East Coast was more affected by it this time. You know what I'm saying? So um you know, when this stuff kicked off on the first, I panic shopped myself too. I didn't go all outrageous with it. I didn't get a lot of stuff, but I got some tissue and some paper towels. But I already had stuff stacked up before this event took place. But still, I pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking common sense. I'm thinking if it started from the east, then it's gonna move west. So what already started doing was prepare anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, because you know those type of events is usually a domino effect. It starts from the east, then it goes down south, then it spreads to the west, then it goes up north. So, like I said, for all the people that's listening to this video, just be mindful and don't get too comfortable. And I heard recently too this morning that people are still panic shopping. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't blame them. You know, you gotta be ready. You gotta be prepared. Especially if you got loved ones that's living with you, you gotta protect them by any means. So to have your essentials and the things that get you by daily, you gotta stay on deck with those things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I want to cover. Like I said, they renewed. Well, they didn't renew the contract. They just basically suspended the strike, and they put a temporary contract, and that's going to last them all the way to January 15th, 2025. Then after that, they have to figure it out or renegotiate a new contract. So, like I said, on the East Coast, just pay attention and be ready for whatever. But if anything, I'll update you with a new video of what's going on. If anything, y'all just keep paying attention on um good outlets that's giving you good information, because a lot of things on YouTube is distorted and they coming with false information. So like I said, with whoever y'all subscribe to, pay attention to the people that's speaking real facts. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be blinded out here by uh some foolishness. You know what I mean? So y'all stay safe, keep each other safe, and have a blessed day. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one. It's your boy Ghetto Didi. Y'all stay safe and have a good day. Gone.
News overnight, a potential economic crisis averted. U.S. ports getting back on track this morning after dock workers struck a tentative deal to end their strike. NBC's senior business correspondent Christine Roman's been all over this story. Christine, good morning, and what are the details?
Yes, good morning to both of you. You know, starting today, tens of thousands of union workers will return back to work after heading to the picket line on Tuesday. It's good news because the shutdown could cost the U.S. economy up to $4.5 billion a day, and a lengthy strike could have led to higher prices and shortages of goods ahead of the holiday season. The union released a statement on Thursday expressing they had reached a tentative agreement on wages, and they've agreed to extend the master contract until January 15th. That's when they said they'll return to the bargaining table to negotiate all the other outstanding issues. So here's what we know so far. Sources telling CNBC that under this tentative deal, workers will see a near 62% wage hike over the course of 6 years. The union, remember, had originally asked for 77%. This increase would potentially raise the top longshoreman's wage to just over $63 an hour at the end of that 6-year deal. That's an increase from $39 an hour. Now, NBC News has reached out to the union for any more details, but have not heard back. Now, President Biden also reacting to this deal, applauding the news, applauding both sides for coming together to reopen these ports, stating that Thursday's tentative deal represents critical progress toward a strong contract.
Well, it's crisis averted for now, but it's kind of kicking the can down the road, and there are these outstanding issues, which sounds like trouble. So what does that include?
You know, one of the biggest concerns right now, guys, is port automation, which is still under negotiation. What we're hearing from the dock workers is there is a big urgency here to protect their jobs against this fast-moving technology. But you guys, the timing here is really important because we were already starting to see people kind of panic buying. You were starting to see skimpy store shelves in parts of the country because people were worried with COVID, the experience of COVID still fresh in their minds about shortages down the road. So you were starting to see some panic buying. Now these workers are back to work and they'll start, working through this backlog now.